2017 NFL Draft.
With the 32nd
There you go.
2017 NFL Draft,
Here come.
the New Orleans Saints select Ryan Ramczyk, tackle, Wisconsin.
They're the worst defensive team. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You have to try really hard to be this stupid as a football team, as the New Orleans Saints. You were dead last in defense. Dead last. You couldn't even. They had some junior highs in New Orleans that was better than your entire defense. St. Augustine High School defensive backs were better than your starting defensive line. And you go get a tackle. You could have got this dude in the second round. Hey, y'all better drug test Mickey Loomis. Somebody better piss Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton. It's either that or Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis are staffers for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm convinced of it. They are colluding. Sean Payton is colluding with the Atlanta Falcons.
With the 75th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Duke Riley, linebacker.
Wow. Wow.
This is another
Congratulations, Duke.
Dan Quinn type of
Congratulations, Duke. New Orleans Saints, you will never beat them again. You will never beat them again.
And when you watch Duke Riley, watch this.
Congratulations, Duke. They're going to let the Saints let Atlanta put these two boys on side of each other again. If for no other reason the Saints should have drafted him, just to keep them two from being together again. Oh my God, the Saints got to be the dumbest team in the history of football to let that happen. How do you let that happen? Congratulations, Duke. I'm happy for you, brother. I'm happy for you, man. Hey, Atlanta is going back to the Super Bowl. With that draft pick right there, there is no team. That's the linebacker help they needed. With that boy from UCLA, and you add a dog, a vicious dog like Duke, there's nobody that's going to stop them from going back to back. Congratulations. Wait, let me see what they picked.
Linebacker, Florida.
Look at them. Look at them. You go to Florida. Is this a stupid football team? You let them get Duke and you go to Florida. That's just dumb.
You guys know I have been saying from LSU, the Saints let him drop to the second round. The Saints let him drop to the second round. That's how you make them pay for it. Hey, Mickey Loomis, that's how you make him pay for it. Just garbage on, just a garbage. The Saints will stay garbage as long as you got Mickey Loomis passing on that dude right there. I told them, I said, Saints, you need to draft him in the first round. Him right there. I said, draft him in the first round. They went to Ohio State and passed on LSU. And I kept saying it because I'm the football prophet. As long as the Saints pass on LSU football players, they will always be a garbage team. Jones, thank you for proving me right. Mickey Loomis, you're a disgrace of a general manager. You need to quit, man. Just quit, Mickey Loomis, because I don't even think you're hard in it no more. Deion Jones, that's how you do it, boy. Go Tigers. Son, right? This is symbolic of Any feelings I had for the Saints, anything I felt for the Saints is over. You can't pick one. You was ranked last in defense. And all LSU has produced is defensive players, and you can't get one of them. You can't get one. Yeah, I'll stand out here at the risk of getting electrocuted to let the Saints know I'm done with you. I wish I could still curse. I really do. Because anytime you go pick a wide receiver from Ohio and you were the laughing stock of the NFL on defense, and you
First round of the 2017 NFL Draft.
With the 32nd
There you go.
2017 NFL Draft,
Here
the
come.
New Orleans Saints select Ryan Ramczyk, tackle, Wisconsin.
They're the worst defensive team. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You have to try really hard to be this stupid as a football team, as the New Orleans Saints. You were dead last in defense. Dead last. You couldn't even. They had some junior highs in New Orleans that was better than your entire defense. St. Augustine High School defensive backs were better than your starting defensive line. And you go get a tackle. You could have got this dude in the second round. Hey, y'all better drug test Mickey Loomis. Somebody better piss Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton. It's either that or Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis are staffers for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm convinced of it. They are colluding. Sean Payton is colluding with the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, what's happening, guys? It's TJ, LSU Dad, coming to you because I gotta address something, right? Did a video a couple of days ago. Of course, you know I'm not happy about the Saints' overall first pick, right? So, started getting these Saints fans, right? Saints fans who really don't know nothing about football, a lot of them, right? They basically, Saints could have drafted Peppermint Patty, really. As long as they can tailgate and who that, they don't really pay attention to what the Saints are doing. And then they wonder in November why it's over, why it's completely over, right? So, started knowing seeing little comments in the video that I did when they referred to this guy Lattimore as the #1 defensive back overall, which, you know, I'm obviously going to have a problem with that. So what they don't realize is that I watch a lot of football. I don't like Ohio State, so I'm going to watch all of Ohio State football games to see if they really are a team that's ranking as high in the polls as they had them, right? I didn't see it. And so when they said this kid, Lattimore, is the #1 overall, I said, how? How is that possible, right? So first of all, before I get into how I arrived at this, right, I want to attract your attention to something that the NFL scout said. Some of the people said, you making that up, you lying on him. Listen to me. If I say something, I can back it up. This is what the NFL said about the guy. They said only 1 year of starting experience, wasn't tested by high-end receiving talent very often. Will be much tougher to consistently slow down NFL receivers with jam and might have to learn to play some off coverage. Showed slight transition hitch when matched up against inside release. Will read receivers' eyes to assess ball timing down the field rather than getting his head around early. Film shows infrequent issues recovering against speed merchant. That's what that means. When I say he's beat, okay? That is exactly what that means. So there was just a lot of contradictions with this guy, because if you look at what they said his strength was One of his strengths, they list, is his ability to do it. Well, I went and looked at his film, okay? I looked at all his games. Every last game he had, okay? It's a couple of things that I noticed about the guy that Saints fans don't know. Number one, dude can't get off a block to save his life. If the play is going in his direction and a receiver or somebody is on him, that's it. That play will get around him, okay? Don't think that Atlanta is not going to see this, that he cannot get off of a block, okay? What makes a running game successful is the receiver's ability to block. So if he's going to be checking Julio Jones and he can't get off that block, that's probably going to be a touchdown. He appears to be very fragile. That ties in with the fact that guy was hurt the majority of the time that he was at Ohio. That's why they said he hasn't been tested because he hasn't gone up against anybody. It's because he's been hurt. Something else you're going to notice about him if you really go watch his games, right? Dude only really had one good game. If you look at his footage and his film, he really only had one good game. Here's how he became the number one defensive back. Tulsa. The Tulsa game was his best game. Think about it. Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Quarterback was a disaster. They was playing in Hurricane Katrina, right? He had a couple of little picks, but this is early in the year. And this is why I call them the Ohio State Buckeyes, because being that it was early in the year, they were able to get the hype machine going on this guy to make you think he was really, really good. Until you go look at some games and he's absent, completely out of it altogether. Take, for instance, Northwestern game. Take, for instance, Penn State game. Take, for instance, Clemson, right? Just never made a play. So when I say something, I can back it up because I have watched these guys play. And I'm telling you, there are some pretty good cornerbacks on that Ohio team, but this kid here was probably a third round pick at best. And the biggest scam that was pulled off on the Saints is you can't see in any other big time matchup where this guy really came through for Ohio. There is none, okay? There is no picks later in the year. The majority of the action that he got was against lesser opponents like Tulsa and Rutgers, okay? So if we're going to base a number one overall pick off of Tulsa, then, hey, go ahead. I guess in y'all book, that makes a top defensive back. Not in my book. Okay, one of the ways the Saints are going to get exposed with Lattimore is that he's not physical at all. Not what I'm accustomed to seeing at LSU. He's not going to be able to get off any block with Julio Jones. And you will see that. He won't be able to cover Julio Jones. He has never had to cover a receiver. If you go look at his games, there hasn't been a quality of receiver like anything witnessed in the SEC that he has had to face. Saints fans, just accept it. Your team is stupid. And they made a dumb draft choice. That's not the number one overall. I rest my case. TJ, LSU dad.